Arkham Horror, The Dunwich Legacy. Scenario 4, Blood on the Altar. When you finally reach Dunwich, you are greeted by Zebulon Whately and Earl Sawyer, another man from the village who had met with Dr. Armitage during the incident several months ago. Things ain't looking too good here, Earl tells you. Some folk up and went missing a few nights ago. Damn whippoorwills, one shut up. Don't know what you're doing here, but last time you Arkham folk came round, it was bad news. Very bad news. His eyes blink rapidly and he coughs and looks away. Look, why don't you rest for the night and look for whatever it is you're looking for tomorrow? Zebulon chimes in, putting a wrinkled hand on your shoulder. You begin to protest, but your aching muscles and weary mind won't allow you to refuse. The elderly man offers to take you in for the night and drives you to his home at the outskirts of Dunwich village. The town is disheveled and eerie, and you find yourself wishing you hadn't come here at all. You fall asleep on the ride over and scarcely remember anything else from the night. When you awaken, you find that Zebulon's house is abandoned, and there is no sign of the elderly man or of Mr. Sawyer. Fearing the worst, you head into the village of Dunwich to investigate, hoping to find answers. This is Scenario 4 of the Dunwich Legacy from Arkham Horror. I've already got everything set up. We're just ready to go into the game. So, Agenda 1A, Strange Disappearances. Your welcome in Dunwich has been cold. A string of disappearances has left the already aloof townsfolk on edge. Most of them look at you with distrust, and few are willing to help in your investigation. Who knows what will happen if you don't find the location of the missing townsfolk soon? Act 1A, Searching for Answers. The disappearances in town may be related to the events in Arkham. You suspect that something awful is afoot. You must find where the missing townsfolk are being held in order to unveil this conspiracy. So we got 6 doom and strange appearances, and we just got to find a hidden chamber. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's get everything set up here for Arkham Horror. So we'll see what we have here. If anybody here wants to watch a little bit, thank you very much. Just doing a little Arkham Horror. I want to get this campaign finished. Before we want to get this campaign finished before I start, as far as we get to the insight pitch. So I want to finish at least the Dunwich Legacy, and then probably do I'll do Path to Carcosa, which is the next campaign in the off season after 1983. Already got my 5 cards that I want, so let's get right to it. Let's play Blood on the Altar. So Jim Culver, he had to he got defeated. So actually he has now 2 physical trauma to start with. So I don't know how much longer I'll be able to use him. I may have to build a new investigator, which I might do. We're still playing easy, so let's see what happens. So let's begin. So we started the village commons, Dunwich Central. It is hard to prevent the impression of a faint malign odor about the village street, as of the massive mold and decay of centuries. For those of you who never read H.P. Lovecraft, The Dunwich Horror, it is a very, very good. It's one of the better ones of his stories. So of course, he really doesn't have a bad story. He never really did. He never really did have a bad one. But the Dunwich Horror is actually one of his better ones. And this is what this campaign was based on. Village Commons, the sparsely scattered houses wear a surprisingly uniform aspect of age, squalor, and dilapidation. All right, so let's see what we got to do. The first thing we're going to do is got to get some things out there. So let's go ahead and I'm going to put down Holy Rosary, first act. We'll use 2 resources, gives us +1. It's an asset. Next, we'll go ahead and put out. I'm going to put out Arcane Studies, which uses 2 more. And then we're going to go ahead and put out the knife. So actually, I'm going to spend all resources to get prepared here, which I think is which might be a better thing to do, and stay put in the village commons and see what happens. Let's see here. I brought the camera back a little more to put more room on the board. All right, so that was our 3 actions. No enemies. And reset. Getting a card, look what I found. I made a few changes to the deck to help a little better with Culver and gain a resource. All right, so Doom goes on the agenda, and we get Eager for Death. Test 2 willpower. Increase the skill test difficulty by 1 for each damage on you. If you fail, take 2 horror. That's a good way to start. He has 2 damage because of physical trauma, so that's actually a 4. A test for willpower. Holy Rosary gives us a +1, which is a 5. And we'll spend a resource to get a +1, which is a 6. So what is it? 6 on 4? And that was when that worked. That was a skull, but -1 for each location play with no encounter card underneath it. But there are encounter cards on each one. Plus, it's an X, which is a 0. So he succeeds there. All right. So nothing going on there. Now it's time to move. Let's go into the. Let's go into. Let's go into House in the Reeds. Even the locals stay away from this half-sunken hovel. That was the first act. So second act. House in the Reeds. Forced. After House in the Reeds is revealed, search the encounter deck for a Night Gaunt enemy and spawn it in the village commons. Shuffle the encounter deck. There is a clue there. If there are no clues here, draw the encounter card underneath House in the Reeds. So, search the encounter deck for a Night Gaunt enemy. The good news about that is I can choose any Night Gaunt enemy. It does not have to be a bad one. It can be any Night Gaunt that I want to use. Unless there's only the one. I thought there were more than that. I thought I had more than one Night Gaunt. Let's see. Night Gaunt enemy. So it looks like it's going to be the hunting one, isn't it? It's going to be the hunting one. Of course it will. Of course it will. So the hunting Night Gaunt. And it's a hunter. Well, it's going to evade hunting Night Gaunt, double the negative modifier of each revealed something that starts in the village commons. So that's where he is. Okay. So if there are spawn it in the village commons, so it spawns right here. It's not with me at the moment, which is nice to know. Okay, it is a hunter. So and it takes 4 damage to beat him. All right, so that was our first act, was to move in there. Let's get the clue. So second act is a 3. It is a 3. Well, let's see. It is a 3. So what is it? A 3. So 3 over 1. Yeah. So 3 over 1. And we succeed. -2. We get the clue. And we see what we have underneath. And it's the key to the chamber. Revelation. Take control of the key of the chamber. If the hidden chamber is connected to your location, attach key to the chamber of the hidden chamber. So we already got the key. So that's good. We need to get a key to the chamber. So we got that. That's good. So we take control of that. So we have it. We already have the key to the chamber. That's cool. That was the second act. And the third action, we're going to go to the schoolhouse. Is it connected to it? Yeah, it's connected to the schoolhouse. So our third act. Third act will move to the schoolhouse. You cannot discover clues here except by investigating. And there's one clue, but the shroud is a 4. So schoolhouse, you cannot discover clues here except by investigating. So the only way you can do it is to investigate. So you can only get a clue there by investigating. All right, very well. Okay, so. All right, what do we do here? So that was the third action. The night gaunt is a hunter, and it will connect. It will get us to the schoolhouse. So it engages with us. So it moves, engages. It does not attack us this round because it moved and engages. All right, so it does not attack. So we'll go ahead and reset the actions. Draw a card, getting guts, and a resource. All right. Doom goes on the agenda. Draw a card, getting unhallowed country. Put unhallowed country into play in your threat area. You cannot play ally assets. Treat the printed text box of each ally asset you control as blank. Forced at the end of your turn, test 3 willpower. If you succeed, discard unhallowed country. So I can't play any ally assets, but I don't have any anyway in the thing there. That's really not bad. All right. Okay, so I got a hunting night going. I got to deal with. I got to deal with a hunting night gaunt. I thought there were more than that. Let's see. Make sure I didn't screw it up. Let's rules. No, that's all it is. All right, fine. No problem. No problem. So I did it right. Okay, so all right, so his turn. So I gotta deal with this hunting night gaunt. Or I can evade it. Probably want to evade it. Is what I want to do. I want to evade it. Evasion is a 1. So evasion is a 1. Double the negative number of each revealed chaos token. All right, so it's a 1. And actually, I think I'm going to try to kill it. I'm just going to try to kill it, I think. So we use the knife. We get +1 for the attack. So we're going to use the knife here. So it's a 3. Where's my thing here so I can read this better? All right, so we're going to use the knife. So 3 + 1 is 4. +1 is 4. I have nothing to help me in the cards. So 3 + 1 is 4 on 3. So 4 on 3. We get it. We hit it for damage. It takes 4 damage to defeat it. Second act, we're going to do it again. 4. We do 4 on 3. Skull works. It's -1 for its location and play with no encounter card but the skull. We mix it reveal as a 0 of Jim Culver, so that does work. Okay. For the third act, we're going to throw the knife at it. We'll get +2 for the attack, and the attack deals +1 damage. So we're going to do 3 + 2 is 5. So it's going to be a. So it is going to be a 5 on 3, and that's the one I didn't want. -3. If you fail, place 1 doom in the current agenda. Is there anything I can do here on that? No. Nope. That was the one. If you fail, place 1 doom in the agenda, which we do. So that makes that 4. And we failed, and the knife is discarded. A 5 on 3, I needed a 2, and I didn't do it. Okay. It hits me for 1, 1, and that was the enemy phase. So that's it for that. So reset the actions. For a card, getting ritual candles. This is what I need to have out. Well, so ritual candles and a resource. Okay, another doom goes on. Draw a card, getting mobster. Retaliate. After mobster attacks you, lose 1 resource. So I got 2 enemies to deal with. Oh, I got to test willpower. 4, 4 plus 4 plus 1 is 5. So 5 on 3 to get rid of unhallowed territory. Get rid of that. Right. The mobster is now on the deck. So now I got a mobster I got to deal with, including a night gaunt. Okay. That's all there was. All right, so back to our turn, still stuck in the schoolhouse. I have nothing here to attack with. I really need to evade the night gaunt. There's a 2 evasion. It takes 2 attacks of opportunity if I try to put that out. Oh, let's see. What do we do here? So I really need to evade these guys. The problem is evasion's at 2. All right, let's see what we can do here. So I'm going to go after. Should have kept the knife. I thought it would finish him off. All right, so Culver. I'm going to attack them. I'm going to attack the night gaunt. So 3 on 3. Nothing here to help me. So 3 on 3. The first attack on the night gaunt. Got it. It does 1 damage. Second action. Second action will do. Second action. Hey, Al. Good to see you, my good man. Good to have you. Hope you had a Merry Christmas, sir. Playing a little something here called Arkham Horror. Don't know if you. I don't know if you. I think you know. I think you told me you know something about the game, although it's not really. You know. I know it's not really a cup of tea, but you know me. I'm trying to get as much other stuff I want to play before I start the 1983 season in a week and a half. Because once I start Inside Pitch, I don't do anything else. And I love this game, although it's kicking my ass again. All right. So I gotta kill the night gaunt. I gotta kill it. So we're gonna try again on it. So second act is again 3 on 3. So 3 on 3. Wow. 2 zeros in a row. All right. We get rid of this thing. The night gaunt goes away. You like when people play different games that aren't sports. Oh, yeah, that's okay. All right. Yeah, there's not always been sports there, Al. Not always a sports that out. All right, so the third act. I wonder if I want to. I wonder if I need to kill this guy. I may need to. But he has retaliate, so I could probably do damage to him. He only takes 2 to damage. I'm going to take a hit from him anyway. So he has retaliate. Well, let's see if I can get him. So again, 3 on 2 this time. We got him. All right, good. Takes 1 damage. He does 1 damage on me in enemy phase. I'm already up to 5. I'm already up to 4. Usually play zombie games or military games and not playing sports sims. I rarely ever see you play a zombie or a military game there. Rare. I mean, usually you're always playing, like I said, Al, you play everything. That's why you're the jack of all trades to me. But I rarely ever seen you play any zombie or military something on your board. I rarely ever, and if you have done it, I've not seen it. I've not seen it. You play them offline. Well, one day you should try something online. I know a lot. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. This kind of stuff. I get it. I get it. But another reason why I'm doing this is just that anybody comes in the chat so I can talk to them, and say good things about everyone. All right. So the mobs already gave me a hit. So we'll reset the actions. Draw a card. Getting fearless. I'm not getting any help here. All right, so gain a resource. Okay, so Doom goes on the agenda, which will advance it. Whippoorwills gather along the gambrel roofs of Dunwich and begin to shriek in jubilation. The people of Dunwich believe that the presence of whippoorwills foreshadows somebody's imminent death. Do they long for your death, or is the victim someone else? If there are 3 or more potential sacrifices, choose one of them at random and place it underneath the agenda without looking at it. There is, so this will go underneath that. Now we go to Agenda 2A. As the sun sets, the frightened townsfolk retreat into their homes and lock their doors. It is clear to you that many of them know more than they are letting on. A sickening feeling turns over in your stomach as the village's true nature becomes clear. Agenda 2A, the old one's hunger. Doom is 6. No problem there, Al. Good to have you here, my friend. And for those of you who don't know who Al Red Sox, I don't know if anybody decides to watch this on a replay or something like that. If anybody here doesn't know who Al Red Sox fan is, I suggest you find out what planet you're living on. He is only the best. All right, so I still got to deal with this mobster. But the agenda, so I still got to put out another. So the agenda is there. We got to still draw an encounter card. O'Banion's Thug. Great. I got 2 of these guys already. While O'Banion's Thug is engaged with you, you cannot gain resources. Wow. I am not getting any help. All right. So I can't even investigate this thing. Wow. Well, I got to go after the mobster, so I got to go 3 on 2. So we're going to go after this mobster. So 3 on 2. And succeed. I got him. Gets rid of him. And now I got O'Banion's Thug. I should try to... I don't think I can kill him. I better evade him. So we'll try to evade him. So second act, we're going to evade. It's a 2 on 2. 2 on 2. Skull. We succeed. Because the skull is a -1 for each location in play, but Culver has these skulls, which takes a 0. We evade him, and that's huge. We evade him. And now, question is, do I want to search the schoolhouse and get the clue? I think I do need to go because I got to move away from him. So I evade him. So I got to get the schoolhouse. So he's a shroud, only 1 clue, but a shroud of 4. So we investigate a 3. +1 is 4. Spend 1 resource. +1 is 5. And I'm going to play... We'll engage the next turn, but I think I got to get the clue. So it's going to be... So what is it again now? So it is 3, 4, 5 on 4. I'm going to play Look What I Found, which gives me another 2 more. So it's going to be 7 on 4. And we got it. Got the clue. Okay, got the clue. Go ahead and see what's underneath here. The schoolhouse. Strange signs. Wonderful. So strange signs. Test 3 investigation. If you fail, add 1 clue from the token pool to your location. 2 clues instead if there are 3 and 4 investigators in the game. Strange signs. So we got a test book. So it is 3 again. Plus 1 is 4. I'm gonna use right of. I really don't want to lose the clue. Well, I could lose the clue. I already got what I needed. But we'll do. We're gonna do. I'm gonna do. Let's see here. So 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 on. So was it 4 on 3? 4 on 3. Nope. So if you fail, add 1 clue from the token pool to your location, which I'll do, but it really doesn't matter. I already got that. So, okay. That was the third in the third act. That was the third action to investigate and get the schoolhouse. Okay. Enemy readies. Back engagement me again. Doesn't attack though. Reset actions. Draw a card. Getting Elder Sign Amulet. That I would like to put out. And gain a resource. Okay. Doom on the agenda. Psychopomp Song. Surge Peril. Add Psychopomp Song to any investigator's threat area. When you would take 1 or more damage, take 2 additional damage and discard Psychopomp Song. That's not good. Surge. Kidnap. Test 4. Willpower for agility. If you fail, add an allied asset you control to the pool of potential sacrifices. Then attach Kidnap to the current agenda. If you have no allied assets, take 2 damage and discard Kidnap instead. So I got to test 4 willpower or 4 agility. Willpower is a 4, plus 1 is 5. Use a resource, plus 1 is 6. 1 is 6. Going to play Fearless. If the skill test is successful, heal 1 horror, 2 horror if it succeeds by 2 or more. So it's 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 on 4. And we succeed. And we'll heal 2 horror with that too. 2 horror if it succeeds by 2 or more, which it does. We heal 2 horror. And it does nothing. We got through with that. All right. Wasn't too bad. But I gotta find somewhere else to go. So I still got O'Banion's thug there. O'Banion's thug is engaged with you. You cannot gain resources. Actually, but I wasn't engaged with him. So I did gain I was allowed to gain the resource. So first act. I'm re-engaged with him. I don't really want to take the damage. I gotta disengage. So he's a 2 on a 2. I'm going to use that for 1 is a 3. So with 3 on 2 to disengage from him again, that succeeds. So he's disengaged, he's exhausted, and he'll stay in the schoolhouse. He does not follow me. He stays where he is. So he's over there now. Second act. Second act. We'll pay 1 resource, put out the ritual candles. Which will help me a little bit with those. Third act will move into Osborne's general store. From the era of hushed fright at Osborne's store, they knew something hideous had happened. You cannot gain resources while you're in Osborne's general store. If there are no clues here, draw the encounter card underneath Osborne's general store. So there is 1 clue there. That was the third act, was to move. So we're doing there. Okay. Osborne's General Store. O'Banion's Thug is not a hunter. It stays right where I'm at. Unless, of course, another move. Okay, so cannot gain resources. All right, well, fine. So no enemy. O'Banion's Thug readies, but it does not follow me. It stays where it is. Stays in the schoolhouse. It does not have hunter, so it does not follow me. Good to see you there back there, Mr. Owl. As I said, O'Banion's Thug back there. Okay. He does not follow me, though. He does not have the hunter keyword, so he stays where he is. All right, so he readies, but he stays. Reset the actions. Can't get resource, draw a card, getting forbidden knowledge. Forbidden knowledge has no secrets, discard it. So forbidden knowledge now here. Got a whole bunch of willpower and everything, but no weapons or anything like that. Okay, so Doom on the agenda. Draw a card, getting unhallowed country. Put unhallowed country into play in your threat area. You cannot play allied assets. Treat the printed text box of each allied asset you control as if it were blank. As if it were blank. At the end of your turn, test 3 willpower. If succeed, discard allied unhallowed country. All right. Well, I don't have any allied assets at all anyway. But that's actually good. There's no enemies there. So now we got to search Osborne's General Store. So let us. So it is a 3-on-2. I'll use the resource to get 0. Give me +1, which is 4-on-2. So 4-on-2. So 4-on-2 to get the clue. You succeed, you get it. And now we see what's underneath. Strange signs again. Test 3 book. If you fail, add 1 clue from the token pool to your location. 2 clues instead if there are 3 and 4 investigators in the game. Wonderful. So I got to test again. 2 clues on Osborne's General Store. So I got to test 3 books. So 3. I'll use forbidden knowledge for 4. So 4-on-3, we succeed. Nothing happens. All right. So that was the first act. Second act. We got to move. So second act. Second act will move into Bishop's Brook. One dreads to trust the treacherous tunnel of the bridge, yet there is no way to avoid it. If there is an investigator at Bishop's Brook, other investigators cannot enter Bishop's Brook. There are 2 clues there. Have you ever played this, Al, or ever wanted to try to give it a shot? Anything like this? Anything like Arkham Horror or Lord of the Rings or Marvel Champions that ID Jester and I play sometimes? Do you ever want to give one of these games a shot? So that was the second action. So third action, I got to get a clue. So it's a 3-on-3. I have no more resources, but I got +1 here. No, I don't. That's just the Holy Rosary. So 3. I'll use Rite of Seeking. So 3 + 2 is 5. So 5-on-3 and -2. If you fail, add 1 clue from the token pool. We do not fail. That's 3-on-3. We do succeed. Plus, Ritual Candles makes that actually a -1. Get +1 skill value for the test. So we succeed. We get a clue. Never have played them, enjoying watching, listening to people play them. Okay, Al. I think I don't know if you ever read H.P. Lovecraft. If you have, I feel sorry for you because I feel sorry for myself. If you ever read H.P. Lovecraft, I don't know if you ever read anything like The Call of Cthulhu, The Dunwich Horror, At the Mountains of Madness, anything like that. You read Lord of the Rings. Well, that's J.R.R. Tolkien, not H.P. Lovecraft, but H.P. Lovecraft. Hobbit. Okay, no, H.P. Lovecraft was a horror guy. Was a horror writer from the 1920s and 30s. He is the basis for this game. If you ever heard of a creature called Cthulhu, that's where it came from. So, um, if you ever read, he's got many short stories. If you ever read a short story from H.P. Lovecraft, uh, read a short story, and you might want to take a shower after you do. Just saying, you might want to take a shower after you do, because you're going to feel a little dirty after you read a little H.P. Lovecraft. All right, so we had the three actions. I got the clue, so I got to reset. No enemies. So let's see here. So 3 and so no enemies. Reset. I can get resources. I'm out of Bishop's Brook, so I gain a resource and get a card, and I get shriveling. That's actually good to have. All right, shriveling is actually very good to have. Now I got something I could deal with enemies. All right. Oh, David Baseball Demos just started something over there. He's doing his. I just got the signal for 1987, his Stratomatic replay for his 87 season. He's over there. Might want to check him out. He's over there. He just started. All right, so you read Dracula. Dracula is Bram Stoker, but also a great book. I got to test 3 willpower so I can get rid of Unhallowed Country. So 4 over 3. I'll just do it normally. And that's an auto fail, so I don't get rid of it. Okay. Let's see. Doom on the agenda. Draw a card. Getting sorted and silent. Attach sorted and silent to your location. At the end of the round, each investigator at attached location takes 1 horror. When the agenda advances, discard sorted and silent. That goes right there. All right. Or at least there's no enemies. All right, so I still got to get that. I still got to get that clue. First act. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put down. I don't have 3 resources. Shit, I can't put that out. I got to investigate those. So 3 on 3 for the Bishop's Brook. So first 3 on 3 failed. I'll use the Arcane Studies. 4 on 3 and -2, but Ritual Candles makes me a +1, so that's actually going to succeed. I'll get the clue. So third act. Before we do that, we got to overturn this. And another hunting night gaunt. I can't unbelieve this. Another hunting night gaunt just showed up, which means the thing is going to be over here. So hunting night gaunt now in my threat area, and that is not good. And he's going to wail on me. Captain Carl 8, good to see you, sir. Join me for a little Arkham horror. All right, so the hunting night gaunt is engaged with me again. Wonderful. All right, so I'm going to take. This is going to hurt. So I take 1 damage from him. When you take 1 or more damage, take 2 additional damage, and that actually knocks me out. So there's 1 damage from the hunting night gaunt, brings me up to 5. But when you would take 1 or more damage, take 2 additional damage and discard Cycle Pump Song. And the 2 additional damage brings me up to 7, and I am out. That could not have been more worse for the hunting night gaunt to show up. Another loss. And there was nothing I could do here. Another loss. So we're out. So let's read. If no resolution was reached, each investigator resigned or was defeated. The cries of the whippoorwills fade into the distance, and the town of Dunwich is filled with an eerie silence. All that can be heard is the dry whistle of the chill wind and the slow rustling of dead leaves. There is no sign of the missing townsfolk, nor will there ever be again. Your campaign log recorded the ritual was completed. There are any potential sacrifices, meaning the end of the game. Place them underneath the agenda deck. So, sacrifice to Yog Sothoth. So, let's see here. All right. There's no sign of the missing townsfolk, nor will there ever be again. There are potential sacrifices, meaning the end of the game. Place them underneath the agenda deck, which is right here. So, now they go there. Thank you there, Captain Carl. Unfortunately, it came in on a loss. Can't win this. Let's see. In your campaign log under Sacrifice to Yog Sothoth, record the names of each unique card that is underneath the agenda deck. Each of those cards are removed from all players' decks and can no longer be included in any player's decks for the remainder of the campaign. If an investigator with a Necronomicon and his or her deck was defeated, in your campaign log, record that the Necronomicon was stolen. The Necronomicon must be removed from the investigator's deck. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value of each card in the victory display. Each investigator earns 2 bonus experience as he or she gains insight into the hidden world of the mythos. Proceed to scenario 5, Undimensioned and Unseen. And we are out. Well, couldn't do it again, but we'll keep on trying. I guess I really might have just the wrong investigator for this campaign. I'm playing just one investigator. I really should be playing two-handed. I should be playing two-handed investigator, and that would probably help a little bit. Anyway, another loss. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out of the movie theater. Subscribe if you're not done so, and make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. Might try to play a little hockey bones tomorrow night. We'll see you guys later. And thanks a lot for joining me, you two. You guys are the best.